Halo semuanya, kembali lagi di Hybrid Talk, masih bersama gue Akbar, dan hari ini kita ada obrolan spesial lagi. Hari ini kita bakal ngobrolin sama tim developernya Lemon Sky yang bakal rilis game Command and Conquer Red Alert Remaster bulan ini ya, di awal Juni ini nanti. Jadi hari ini kita bakal lagi-lagi ngobrol pakai bahasa Inggris, so we got the Lemon Sky teams. You can say hello to the audience first.
Halo, ya, apa kabar? Ya.
Apa kabar? Nice. So first thing first, maybe all of you can introduce yourself. Who are you and what are you doing in the Lemon Sky Studios? Maybe we can start with Kevin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Kevin. So I'm a head of productions in Lemon Sky. So basically, I'm in charging with all sort of game productions in Lemon Sky. Yeah, that's me. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Kevin. So Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm the business development manager in Lemon Sky. I'm helping with connecting with clients, reaching out with clients, and other inquiries with clients in Lemon Sky.
All right. Hi, Jade.
Hi.
Hi. Apa kabar? My name is Ken Fong. I'm one of the founder and also I'm the COO in Lemon Sky. So basically, we manage Lemon Sky and every production. Very nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Nice, Ken. Okay. So I'm gonna straight to the question. So my first question is, how is the process of developing the Command Conquer Remaster? Is there any challenge or any fun things when you developing the games?
Yeah. So maybe just let me briefly talk about the overall process of this CNC remaster.
Yeah.
So basically, this project, as the title mentioned, is a remaster title. So basically, we are reusing the 25 years ago, the first launch of CNC Tiberium Dawn, and then we just remake everything. Not remake, but remaster the art, and then and maintaining the authentics from the IP. So just make sure that the things looks originally been remastered from the legacy IP. So the process is including with upgrading the art, and then upgrading with the game system. I mean, like the multiplayers. And also remastering the videos and the music from the IP. Yeah, that's a base overview for the remaster process of CNC remaster.
So for the remastering, is that you need to build from ground up for the art for all the games asset, or you just make it smoother or something like that?
It depends. I was like I said just now, it's a remaster project. So everything we are actually reusing the source code from the IP and make it into higher res versions of it. So the ultimate goal is to matching with the current technology like 4K resolutions. Because back then it's just 320 times something with a very low resolutions on the IP. So we just re-enhance with all the arts. I mean, some are required to reconcept, and then we also adding in with some 3D process on it, and then to re-render and remaster the stuff. But ultimately, we need to stick as originally as we can with the legacy IP.
I think. Just to add on, basically to everything in art is a redo. So we start from ground. We start from I mean, even though it already have the design, but we also start with new concept design. We discussed with team in EA and Petrogrim to see how we get the balance between the enhancement but not and stick with the legendary art style and all that. So, but everything are basically from groundwork. We do the concept art, we do all the modeling, but in the same time, we have to match as close as the old games. So that's the challenge. Yeah.
Okay. So it's about the developing process. You guys working with the original developer of the CNC Remaster. Is it the Westwood Studios developer?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So maybe you can tell me about how the collaboration affect team in the developing process.
Like you said, we are working with the ex Westwood Studio. Right now, they are renaming themselves into Petroglyphs. So most of them are actually from ex Westwood Studio. There's also an IP creator in that. We work together with the core team in Petroglyph. So we are in two different locations. I mean, we are in Malaysia and US. So we have a very good time zone for us to work continuously for the productions, just to make sure that the whole things is getting up and run for 24/7. So there's also a community being set up from EA. I mean, they're selected field community fans, and then helping us to shape up the games as well. I mean, the remaster. So I mean, by using meetings, a series of meetings we've been had with Petroglyphs and EA throughout the productions. So the meetings is concluding with the productions, how we sorted out all the technical questions, how we sorted out arts, and yeah, how we tackling on schedule as well. So of course, like I said just now, the community is also part of the reviewer for this process. So from time to time, I mean, we'll have some conversations from the community, and then they will talk about it, and then we'll address on it. So it's a very quick pace progress. So throughout the whole process, I mean, things are getting shared around the whole community. I mean, the selected community. Yeah. So that's how we're collaborating.
Okay.
Can I add on a bit on this? Yeah. So for me, I think the collaboration is amazing. We work with EA and also Petroglyph. So Petroglyph, which is the previously Westwood Studio, and Jim, which is the producer in EA. So we work together very closely. And I think one very fun fact on this as well is they are really giving us a lot of freedom, but in the same time, we cannot run away too far from the original art. But they really trust us, and we work. I mean, for us, we feel like we work in a team. We don't feel like we work as a tree studio. So that's a good thing about the collaboration.
Oh wow, that must be so fun to collaborating with the OG developer, is it?
Yeah, we just doing different parts. It's like different department. Actually, me and Jade once Petroglyph is in Las Vegas. So there's once we have a business trip in Las Vegas. We even went to the studio and talked with the team, and they bring us around, showing us all the audio production. So in the same time, I think the most important thing is we ourselves is a fans of CNC. And there's a lot of insight that we doesn't know when we're playing the game. And now that we work on the game, that we find, there's a lot of insight, and we know the people that are actually creating the game, and the director of the games, and the sound, So we learn a lot from this process, which is something that means a lot to us. And that's fun.
So Jet, you wanna add something about the collaboration with the Westwood?
Yes, like the trip that we went to meet the team, it's amazing. They share us a lot of some of their PVs, like the original work, which is very, and then they do some comparison as well, like showing us beforehand. And yes, like I'm really looking forward to see the game launch and see the whole final product.
Okay. So the next question is for you, Jet. This game, the Command & Conquer, is you can say this the all-time classic games that
true.
Mostly of the old gamers know about how this game become a nostalgia for them. But for releasing it now as a remastered game, I think it's gonna be challenging to let's say introduce it to the newer generation for this game. Maybe you can tell me a bit about how you gonna make this game so it can be accepted by the newer generation, kind of that.
Yeah, maybe Ken can start first. Need to think for a bit and see.
Yeah.
I think good games is good game. It actually cross in different age. But I myself is, when I was playing the game, I think I was in college. I was study animation and games, So for me that time, the graphics is amazing and the gameplay it's like the AAA games now. I think the only thing is the graphics, a lot of upgrade, but the gameplay can last like different generation. I think real-time strategy games are still popular now, even for the younger generation. I think the only thing is the graphics. So I think which I believe now the graphics and the sound are upgrade, and of course we want to remain the essence of the game. So yeah, I think I can't speak on behalf of the new generation, but me myself, I'm very excited and I can't wait to play this game with my kids. There's someone young, try to battle with someone younger and see.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with what Ken said. CNC is definitely a very classical RTS game, all time favorite. So comparing to now, if you look at the App Store or anything, it's rarely you can see some military RTS being exists throughout the platform for now. So yeah, the all-time favorite of this RTS, military RTS, the remaster, we definitely seeing that way that it can be pushing it to the newer generations of people. So and introduce them about the classic military RTS of this, because in back then when the first launch of CNC, this CNC Tiberium Dot is actually a game-changing gameplay in game industry. It's a whole new experience on playing RTS. So it's the first one. Right after that, and then it will come a lot with others IPs. Starting when EA decided to work on this CNC Tiberium Dot remaster, I think we are setting a goal to. It's actually a contribution back to the community and fans. We could say that it's kind of like a love letter back to the fans. So one thing is to appreciate the community, the fans. Secondly is to bringing a classic experience to the new generations and introduce them about this CNC saga. Just back to a few years ago, there's still CNC series been coming out. So I'm pretty sure there's some young generations that they might heard about CNC, but perhaps not the legacy one. But right now it's a good time to recatch again on what's happening on the first one. Yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is this is what exactly happened in the studio, because we ourselves, in the artists that work on the game, that a lot of us have played the games before, but there's also a lot of young artists that they heard about the game but they never played the game before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So throughout the production, we also share what happened to the game and all that. So when they work on the game, they actually learn from the game. So that's what actually happened in the production as well.
Yeah.
Okay. For this remaster, aside from the 4K resolution and the remaster for the SFX and the video, do the games adding something new to the gameplay, to the mechanic for the CNC remaster?
You mean is that they are adding new features on the CNC remaster?
Yeah, do you guys adding something new to the gameplay mechanic, to the modes, let's say?
Yeah, of course. There's enhancement on the AI and the pathfinding for those units. Because previously, when there's low resolutions, the old source code, there's some artifacts on the AI. But the engineer team from Petroglyph, they're enhancing and renew the AI, and also there's a whole new multiplayer platform system built from ground. So yeah, that's a new things. But when I said it's a new things, but doesn't mean that it's different comparing to the legacy one. There's still multiplayer in the legacy, but because of the latest technology of servers and all those stuff, they may need to just rebuild the multiplayer system again to adapt with the new system, hardware system. I mean, with the internet and all those.
So the difficulty is literally harder now because the AI, is it?
Not say harder, but smarter, definitely.
Smarter, oh, okay.
Yeah, smarter.
So for the next thing, it's about the mod. The EA already said that the game will gonna provide the mod support for the CNC remaster. But maybe the question is, can you explain what are the limitations on the mod or tools that we can create on the remaster edition, and can we import models and texture from outside the game for the mod?
I'm not sure about this part, but we do saw announcement from CNC official page that they do saying that they're going to release the source code back to the community and players. So with the basic understanding on the statements that they release, I think we can change some skin and then doing another layers of mod on top of the original content. It's just like what previously those very famous CNC community like OpenRA. I'm sure that you heard that before. So they are get famous on to maintaining the CNC IP. So we were expecting some players that could come up with a different set of skin or some mods on it.
Okay.
But with the details, we are not sure.
Okay. So talking about the mods, what kind of mod or custom map do you guys wish to see?
Interesting questions. Of course, we are expecting some creative people from the community base. They are come up with something that we didn't think before. I mean, we are the team that worked together throughout the past year. More than 12 months of this project. So what we are so focused is repolish the art and also keep playing with the original game content. So we are kind of numb that like playing versus on it. So sometimes we couldn't think some creative plays out of the box. So we are expecting the community will become up something that gonna surprise on the players and people.
Okay. Next is about the that lately the circumstances been unstable because the international community been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So how the Lemon Sky do you guys get affected about your progress being affected by this? Also,
Kevin, do you want to go ahead or?
Maybe you can cover, Ken.
I think honestly, the COVID-19 affect everyone in the world. Including us. But I think we are considered a lucky industry that we still can work from home. We still can manage because a lot of things that we did online. It just become more meeting and so on. But regarding to this project, I think we are. I'm not the hands-on person, but I talking with the team that I think we met. It's almost like we are exactly the same week that we need to deliver the very last batch. Am I correct, Kevin? And then and then I think it's supposed that we still have some minor changes that we might need to fix during this process. Usually, we are expecting to have fix some bug fix and this and that, but I think because of the COVID-19 and we all have to work from home, I think Petrogrim and EA they are taking part of that to help us because we work as a team. I think the very last minor changes I think is not really done by us, it's done by them. I think.
So how about Jade? Do you do your work also affected by the COVID-19 pandemic? Or the
Um, well, I believe that like the whole world is having the same condition and situations. So like we're just trying to to get used to it and to be trying to do the best of what we can do. Yeah, and then there is just like some lifestyle changes that we need to adjust. Like for example, an interview now we need to do a Zoom call instead of a person interview. But yeah, but I think that it still works, and we can keep moving forward.
We still can play games. That's the most important part.
It is on the schedule you've been made, is it?
Yeah, for the first few weeks that for the we call it MCO, the work from home, yeah, restriction. I actually end up playing a lot of games because suddenly that when you're so busy, then suddenly you have a lot of time. Then a lot of game that we made or some of the game that I bought but I haven't played, and I spent a lot of time to finish those games. And I think to get online, playing, I even the Steam account that I didn't touch for a while, and I go back to check out that. Yeah, for me personally, I do that. Yeah, but in the same time, of course we really hope this can that this can go past, and then going back to the now we precious how much how luxury we are before, and how lucky we are before the pandemic. Yeah.
So after the TNC remaster, what's next for the Lemon Sky Studios? Is there do you guys any upcoming project?
Yes, of course. Yeah. We are yes, we are involved in a lot of projects. Some because of the PNC in the game industry, so we are not allowed to announce yet. And some actually finish almost the same time as CNC are gonna come announced very soon. Yeah. Jade, maybe you are the right person to know what we can say, not allowed. I'm not sure.
Well, what I can say is like stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up, like a project coming up. As Ken said that in the next few weeks we have another game title that we involved as well that will be released as well. So please stay tuned.
Yeah.
So ahead of the release, what are you want to say to the community for the CNC remaster? Do you have something to say?
Nothing much, but yeah, just want to recopy the advertisement quotes. Be prepared, Commander. Yeah. Yeah, waiting for them to online, and then I'm sure that me and Ken can't wait for it. I mean, it's one of the very classic RTS when we are back into our school time. So we are so looking forward to wait for it online, and then we're gonna play on it.
Yeah, I have to thank the community. I mean, without them, we don't have the chance to remaster this, and I'm very excited because this game mean a lot to me. I was a student, and I think from the student time until I graduate, and I was my first job, which remind me that there's another founder called Faye, our CEO. So I still remember that I was we were colleagues back then. Then we were playing this game when we were, I think, in my first job that I was working in the same time when we finished job. Just like every artist now, that when you finish job, you play games. So for me, this is something that I mean, it's very precious to me, and I really thank the community that and also while we working on this game, we also have the community that guide us, that let us know what they like and what they don't like. So this is something important for the remaster process as well. So I'm really looking forward and really hope they enjoy it. I'm sure there's a room of improvement, but I hope we have more chance to put more our effort into it for more Command Conquer title.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jade, you want to add something? Do you have anything to say to the community?
Nothing much, but I wish everyone will enjoy the game and have fun.
Yeah. Okay then. Okay, I think
Thank
that's all the question for the talking about the CNC remaster developing process. So thank you very much, guys, for the interview. It's so lucky to have this kind of opportunity. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Jade. Thank you,
Most
Kel.
welcome.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Appa.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, hopefully we can meet in person soon. Take
Yeah,
care.
yeah, really hope
Stay safe.
we can meet later on when the pandemic is over.
Yeah,
is it?
please come here for a visit, and we can play the games together.
Ya. Jadi itu tadi obrolan kita sama tim developer Lemon Sky Studios ngomongin soal proses development dari CNC Remaster. Buat kalian yang suka sama konten ini, jangan lupa buat di like and share. Jangan lupa juga buat di subscribe supaya kalian nggak ketinggalan dari konten-konten dari Hybrid Talk dan juga konten-konten HYBRID.IDN lainnya. Terima kasih sudah menonton. Sampai jumpa di episode Hybrid Talk berikutnya. Dadah. Say bye.
Hai, terima kasih.
Terima kasih.